Hi foxes, and welcome back to my channel. Or if you are new here and you've never watched me before, my name is Brittany. I am also known as SHOPFOXBURROW on sites like Instagram and Etsy and Poshmark and here on YouTube. And I like to talk about vintage fashion, and in particular selling vintage fashion. And so that's kind of what we do here on this channel. So if that sounds interesting to you, then you might want to subscribe. Today's video is a what sold video, so I'm going over everything that sold last week, which is the week of April 26th to May 2nd. So the end of April to the very beginning of May. And since we actually have some decent weather here, I thought that I would do it outside. So you might have some interruptions and hear some wildlife, but it's just like a more pleasant place to be than my office right now. So we are outside. So I sell on 4 different platforms. The first one is Thrilling, shopthrilling.com. The second one is Etsy. The third one is Poshmark, and the one that I'm kind of building / struggling with is eBay. So we're going to go over what sold on those different platforms, and I'm actually going to have a little chat portion at the beginning of this video, so you can actually use the timestamps to skip ahead if you don't want to hear me just talk about channel updates and life updates. Then go ahead and you can skip right ahead to the first platform, which will be Thrilling. So if you're sticking around for the updates, there's a motorcycle. Then the first update that I wanted to give you is that I am taking the month of May off from YouTube just to kind of refresh, and I've been feeling very overwhelmed. Like, it's difficult to do both YouTube and actually, get a productive amount of work done. My son is in school this month, so I have 2 children. The first one is almost 3, and my older son is 5, and my older son is finally back in school full-time. And so I'm trying to take as much advantage of that as I can while he is still in school for May and then part of June. And obviously my little one is still home with me, but it's just easier with one around. It just is. So I am going to be taking May off, but honestly, you're probably not even going to notice because I have videos scheduled for every Thursday. I recorded ahead for the month, and so there will be a video every Thursday in May. The only thing that you are going to be missing out on is the what sold videos for basically the next 3 weeks, I think. I'm going to just take a break from those. I think you may see one pop up, but I think I just need a little bit of a reset and a little bit of time off. May is one of my favorite months. It's when we start to go to the lake. It's when I do the most gardening, and it's here, so I want to enjoy it, and I don't want to be worrying about YouTube a lot. You will see fewer what sold videos, but you will see videos every week. Another thing I've been feeling recently is that the fashion videos, while they are a lot of fun, they are also very consumer-y, I guess, and I haven't been enjoying my Stitch Fix boxes, so I want to stop getting those, because even if I don't keep anything and I just turn around and return it all, it's still a package that's getting delivered to my home, and something that I need to deal with in a time-sensitive fashion. So I just want to take a little bit of a break from the style boxes, and that going hand in hand with taking a little break from YouTube. I think probably There won't be a ton of fashion content for a little bit. I'm not sure how long, but yeah, I've just been kind of feeling like I don't want to put in all of the editing and the time that it takes and all the try-ons for the style boxes and stuff like that. So I'm just gonna take a little break from it for a while and just kind of, you know, just do it again when the mood strikes me and I have something that I'm actually really excited to share. So I do also plan to take the month of July off. I have a lot of stuff going on in July. There's, you know, holidays. It's my younger son's birthday. I'm traveling to see my mom down in Memphis, and I'm also going to get to see Victoria of Super Geeked and Alicia of Murrayed Life, and we're going to meet up and do some thrifting. So I'm really excited for that. But I just don't want the stress of YouTube to kind of eat into the excitement and the joy of summer. So I have been planning to take July off, and that will probably be just like a whole month of no videos. Alright, so let's go ahead and jump into thrilling. The main thing you might have missed if you didn't watch that portion of the video was that there's not going to be any what sold videos for the next couple of weeks, just while I take a little break from YouTube, but there will be other videos going up on my channel that I have pre-recorded. So let's do thrilling. So last week on thrilling I sold 3 things, and it's so funny, you guys. It's like 3, 1, 3, 1. Like I'll sell 3 things on thrilling one week, then I'll sell 1 thing the next week, and then the next week I'll sell 3 things. I don't know what it is, but that's been my pattern. So yeah, I sold 3 things this week on thrilling. And for the first time, I sold a bundle on thrilling. So I actually sent out 2 items in the same package. And the first one was this red dress with all of these ladies' faces all over it, and it had like ruffles and like a sash belt, and I just thought it was like the most fabulous thing ever. And I got it from an Instagram live sale, and so I paid around like I think $30 for it, but I don't know, it's just like a novelty print. It was cool, I really liked it, and I couldn't believe how long it took to sell. It took almost a year to sell, but I think it just really had to find like the right buyer, you know what I mean? So I mean, it was very bold. So let's see how much I sold that for. I turn off my Wi-Fi so I got better service out here. So this sold for $78.99 on thrilling. Again, thrilling, I pay a 10% fee to them, and then that's it for fees. So it would have been $7.90, and so I made somewhere around $40 on this piece, which is pretty good, but I do wish that it had sold quicker, but it's just a really cool piece. And then also in the same bundle was this little red like satchel purse. It was like an ox blood color. So it was an Italian leather bag. It was a crossbody bag, and yeah, really cute little like satchel, dark academia sort of style. I don't even think that I used that keyword because I listed it before that whole thing was trending, but that one sold for $44.99. And then the other thing that sold was this little white like button down Peter Pan collar blouse from the 1940s or 1950s, most likely 1950s, and it had like this little lace trimmed collar. Very cute. I photographed it with my holiday collection. I really felt like it was just the perfect pair to pretty much any skirt, and it had a ton of attention, but I don't know if it was the size or what. It took a pretty long time to sell. It did sell for $44.99. It did have like, I had spot treated it and gotten almost everything out, except it had like this kind of almost looked like a cigarette burn on the back of the neck, and so I did price it a little lower because of that. But yeah, otherwise it was in nice shape. So that is what sold on Thrilling last week. And let's see. Okay, so we're moving on to Etsy now. And the first thing that sold was this size like large, extra large black floral dress. It was so cute, had a corset, like lace up back. And I tagged that dark cottagecore, anything with like a dark floral, or it looks like it should be cottagecore, but it's like a dark colorway. I've been tagging dark cottagecore, and it seems to be getting some hits. So this one sold for $37.99 plus shipping. And then next up, I wasn't sure exactly if these would move very quickly, but they did. So I had sold out of all of the trouser pants that I had purchased for, like, you know, that just the dark academia aesthetic is just really trending. And so I had bought all these trouser pants and I listed them and they all sold. And so I went out looking for more. I couldn't really find more, but I did find these plaid high-waisted shorts. However, they were wool, so I wasn't really sure if they would move or not for spring and summer, but they did, and it's because they went overseas. So they went all the way to France. They were new with tags, like new old stock. These sold for $35.99, and then the buyer paid $23.28 for shipping. Then I had these, they're kind of like pedal pushers or capris from the 1950s. They were new old stock. They had their tag on them. And I actually bought these for myself, but I did not like how they looked on me. So I ended up listing them on Poshmark quite a while ago, and they didn't really get a lot of attention over on Poshmark. But I've been trying to go through my Poshmark and cross-post everything that I don't have listed to Etsy. So one night I was cross-posting, I think I did about like 8 or 9 items, and within like a number of hours of cross-posting these, someone messaged me and was like, hey, I really want these, can I do layaway? And they were only like, how much did I sell them for? They were like $57 or something like that. Normally I don't do layaway for a price like that, but she was like, oh, I'll pay $40 up front. And I was like, okay, I mean, they must be pretty serious about purchasing. So I happily did that, and she completed her purchase over the weekend, and I was able to ship those to her. So I just thought it was really funny that, you know, it's a different market. I listed them on Poshmark and they just sat for a really long time. And then I listed them on Etsy and they sold within hours. So just never know. This rope like chain bracelet I originally thought was a gold bracelet, but it was actually gold plated. So aside from having like a nice luster to it, there's not a ton of value in gold plated jewelry. However, it was pretty dainty, minimalist, like just a nice basic jewelry piece. So I did list this for $34.99, and it did sell at full asking price on Etsy. And the buyer paid shipping, but with jewelry and stuff, it's only about $3 for shipping. Next was a dress that I had purchased on Poshmark during the pandemic to resell, and I got 2 of them. They were handmade by the same person, and they were just like maxi dresses with kind of like a tropical theme to them. This one was blue, so it took a little while to sell. I mean, I think I've had it listed since last summer, but it did sell for a full asking price of $67.99, and they messaged me and said they loved the dress, and they were asking about like care and washing instructions, so I was very happy that they enjoyed it. The next one I was very excited to see sell because I just thought that this was the coolest piece. I picked this up at Savers. I think I paid about like $7 or $8 for this, but I could not leave it behind when I saw it. So it was just this blue skirt with like red trim at the hem and then a heavy embroidery detail around the bottom. And the inside tag just said that it was made for the Museum of the Metropolitan Museum of Art. And so I was like, that's interesting, and I enjoy that. I have sold Met scarves before, and they always do really well, and they bring a really good price. So I actually kind of went down the rabbit hole of doing research on this piece. I found a bunch of information about it. I figured out what exhibit it came from. Jackie O was involved in helping to edit and publish the book that accompanied the exhibit, and she ended up going to Russia to kind of see a lot of the pieces in person, because it was based on, it was a Russian and Ukrainian costume and fashion design exhibit, and I think it was 1969 or no, 1976 that it opened at the Met, and Jackie O hosted she was chairman of the gala that they put on, for opening night. So I just found all this information about it, and I put it in the article, or in the listing, and I had found another one of these skirts that had sold on Etsy, and they didn't know anything about it really, except that it was from the Met, and they sold theirs for $35.99. so I put in a lot of work to research this, but I thought it was just really cool to like have the story behind it and to know what exhibit it came from. And so my asking price was $95.99, and someone came in and bought it. They did purchase it on sale. I started a Mother's Day sale on Friday, and that will go all the way until Mother's Day, and it was 15% off. So they got that skirt for $80 plus shipping, and it went to California. I was so happy that someone bought this one. It's the most beautiful skirt. It's a button front rayon flowy skirt, and it was size 3X. It was just so spring perfect, and so someone purchased it for $38.99 minus 15% off, which was $5.85. I think I paid $5 or $6 for this at Savers, and then they also paid shipping and sales tax, and I was just really happy to see that go to a new home. It was so beautiful. And the fact that it was a larger size just made me really happy. And the next thing, and the last thing that I sold on Etsy, was this pink floral dress. It was very short, but very cute. I loved the floral print. I bought this for I think $7.50, and it was a reverse wrap dress. So normally a wrap dress, it would wrap in the front and then secure that way, but this one wrapped to the back, and then it would button in the back, and it had a very deep V in the back. So that was really pretty. It sold for $42.99 minus the 15% discount. So I probably made somewhere around like $25 or something like that on that dress, but it was not listed for very long. Yeah, so let's go ahead and move on to eBay. I have been making an effort with eBay, so now whenever I start modern listings, I start the draft on eBay first and put in all of the details, or I find something to sell similar. And I think it's been helping. I've definitely seen, attention on the things that I've been listing. So for some reason my eBay app is not working. It's just spinning. But I do remember what I sold. Again, it was only 2 things. So I sold this J. Crew tiger print skirt. It was a size 14. It was more like a mini skirt, which I don't usually pick up, but I really did like that print. I think it sold for $25. I would tell you, but you'll see it on the screen anyway. Yeah, so that one sold first, and then I also sold this diaper bag thing that attaches to a stroller. I got it as a baby shower gift and never ended up using it. And you could get them on Amazon, so at first I was like kind of surprised that it sold. I mean, it did sit for a long time, but it went to Guam, so my guess is that it was either cheaper or easier for the buyer to purchase it on eBay and have me ship it to Guam, because I did offer free shipping. So that sold for, I think, $28.99, and then I paid $12 for shipping. So probably didn't make very much on that, but I would rather see it go to someone else who is actually going to use it than have it donated and like risk it going to a landfill or something like that. So I didn't actually have a ton of sales on Poshmark last week, which is fine. But usually it's like my heavy hitter platform, and this week it was just kind of like, it was alright. So I sold this 1970s shirtwaist dress. I got this at Goodwill for $6. I sold it for $45, and so my earnings were $36, so I made about $30 on that. It was about a size extra large, and I did model it. Then I also sold this loft embroidered white top. Let's see if I put in where I got this, but I know that I got this for myself, and it was new with tags, but then I didn't end up wanting to keep it. It looks like I paid $6 for it at Goodwill, so I did sell that for $18, and so after cost of goods and everything, I made about $12 on that one, so not amazing. But the next thing that sold, I've been listing a lot of plus size vintage this past week, and this 80s skirt sold pretty quickly for $38, and the buyer left me very happy feedback, and so I paid $3 for this at Savers. After Poshmark fees, I made about $27 on that one. Then I got an offer on this 70s Regency dress. Occasionally I'll have something that like brings in a lot of traffic, and this is one of my most viewed items on Etsy. I had it listed for $78, but I don't know how long this Regency trend is going to last, and I don't want to be sitting on this particular piece, which I feel like you have to be going somewhere or doing something to wear. So someone sent me an offer for $60, had it listed for $78, and I went ahead and took that offer. So my net earnings were $48, and let's see if I put in how much I paid for this one. I might not have, because I know I got it on Facebook. Yeah, I didn't. It was probably like $15 to $20, so not a huge money maker, but if you could find it at the thrift for like $5 or $6, then that'd be a good return. The next one was a Stitch Fix piece from my palette. It was this really cute little scalloped hem pale yellow cardigan, or not cardigan, it was a pullover sweater. And the buyer sent me an offer for $20. I countered back at $25, and they accepted. After my cost of goods, I made probably around like $15 for that one. I sold this flamingo print dress. It was a size extra large, and the brand was something weird. It didn't even come up in Poshmark when I was typing it in. It was Finn and Grace, but the comps were decent, so I picked it up, and it sold for $32, and after my cost of goods, I made about $19 on that one, so not bad, you know. This was another one that had a lot of attention on pretty much every platform that I listed on, and I think it was just a really great color. It was a corduroy skirt, German made, 100% cotton, and it was from the 1970s, just a great A-line shape, just a really good classic skirt. So that one ended up selling for $32 with offer to likers, and I think I had offered 10% off with a shipping discount of $1.50. So my net earnings on that one was $24.10, and I'm pretty positive I picked this one up at a thrift store. Let me see. Yeah, I paid $5 for it at Goodwill, so I made around $19 on that one as well. I do wish I had made a little bit more on that. It was a really good skirt, but you know, my job is to sell people clothes, so that's what I'm doing. This next one was a bundle of, so that was awesome. This first thing I sold was a 90s 3X dress. This one I only had priced at $24 because the buttons down the front were mysteriously missing, and I didn't have blue buttons to replace it myself, so I did note that you would either need to wear like a blue tank top underneath, or you could pick up some buttons at like Joann's or something like that. Normally I would have priced that dress probably closer to $38, but it is inconvenient to have to go and find new buttons. So the next thing that they added to the bundle was their this Hilo Hattie caftan. Very cute. I had it listed for $59, and it was a size extra large. I do think it could have fit a little bit larger, but that was the size on the tag. And then they also added this hair clip, which was a scarab with, yeah, it was cool. It was like a hair barrette with a plastic scarab cabochon on it. Anyway, so they bundled those 3 items and offered me $75, and my earnings were $60. So again, not like the most profitable on 3 items. It's about $20 an item, but still good, you know. I was still happy with that. The next thing that sold was this Lucky Brand tee. I got this in like a style mystery box that I purchased from someone on Poshmark. They had like sort of mystery boxes, and I let them style me, and this was one of the things I got that I wasn't a big fan of. And it took a really, really long time to sell. So it did finally sell for $14 with a shipping discount. So $9.55 on that one. Then I did closet clear out on a couple of things that have been in my closet forever. And then also this Michael Kors swimsuit that I didn't want to look at anymore. And so I marked it down to $20, and someone purchased that. I think I got this at the bins. I don't really buy swimsuits in the thrift store most of the time, so I'm pretty sure I got that at the bins. And then I sold this Stitch Fix dress, a full price Stitch Fix purchase. I swear to you, if you put the name of the Stitch Fix piece in the listing, I've had so many full price purchases for these Stitch Fix items that I feel like it's people looking for specific pieces, and then you put in that information, it comes up when they search, so then they buy it, because a lot of times it's a guest buyer. But this one sold for $29, and after cost of goods and everything, I made about $18 on that one. And then the last thing was another Stitch Fix item, and this one was an offer from a buyer for $35. Perfectly happy to take that. I think I had it listed for like, I don't know, maybe $42 or something like that. Not a lot more than they offered. So my net earnings were $28, and after cost of goods I made about $22. So I was very happy with that. So that is what I sold last week. I spent most of the week trying to focus on plus size listings, and then I got to the end of the week, particularly because I was listing plus size vintage, I got to the end of the week and I just really wanted to list modern stuff because I feel like it's just a little bit easier. Although now, because I'm trying to list on eBay first, it's not actually easier. So. eBay is so hard. Why do they have to make it so hard? There's so many different choices. Alright, so I need to get back inside and work on editing videos so that I can take this YouTube break. So I will see you guys this Thursday for a video about selling a plus size vintage, and then my next video will be the Thursday after that. So I will see you then, and I hope you have a great day. Bye.